These two lenses are both 85mm, both f1.8, and both roughly just over 300. So it's fair to say there are people out there that are unsure which to buy. So let's see if we can help you out. I mean, it's not that difficult, but sometimes you just can't decide, and you can't have them both. This is definitely the lighter of the two, 423 grams versus 636 grams. Also, the Samyang is smaller, 81mm in length versus 125mm. The Samyang has a better minimum focus, 65mm versus 80mm. Samyang, again, better aperture range, f22 versus f16. Maybe less important for some of you, the filter size on a Samyang 62mm versus 72mm on the Viltrox. Samyang has a lot more pedigree when it comes to producing lenses. However, you can buy both on Amazon via Prime, so whatever protection that entails, you've got that right there anyway. The Viltrox, of course, does have some pros, and well, when I was preparing this, it was cheaper, but now there's a pound in it, so whatever. The biggie is the Viltrox is an autofocus lens, and if you've seen my tests, if you've seen Matthias Berling's tests, other tests online, or even better, you've tried it for yourself, you know the autofocus is no cheapskate affair, and you've got that stepping motor, so that potentially gives you some smooth autofocus in video. We need to test that a little bit further, but that has clear advantages. We're going to look at some side-by-side shots, just very rough stuff, straight out the camera, no editing, as close to the same image as possible. You'll see there's slight differences in the field of view, at least when I shot. Side by side can be a little bit awkward, but just so the light doesn't change between swapping lenses and faffing about, we did it that way. I know what I'm looking at. Hopefully you'll get some idea of the flavor of each of these lenses. So, you know, let's check that out quickly and then come back on the other side and see what's what. While I was putting this together, I actually did a poll on the community tab. Fuji X Showdown, Samyang 85mm versus Viltrox 85mm AF. And we got, well, currently it's standing at Samyang 85mm 28% of the votes, Viltrox 85mm 72% of the votes. And the comments were interesting. For example, well, there's always someone that's going to mention the 90mm. We're not here for that, and the 90mm is fantastic, but the 90mm is not 85mm. Yeah, there's not that much in it, and it's not 1.8. Again, not much in it, but totally different lens, absolutely cracking lens. This is a good one. Tough one because they're the same price pretty much, unless you can find a nice copy of the Samyang cheap used, then it might be worth it. Manual focus doesn't bother me so much for macro or at shorter focal lengths. 85 can be a bit tricky depending on what you're shooting. I'd love the Viltrox to be a better performer, wide open, but that purple fringing is a turn off. Viltrox 85mm all the way. Having AF just pushes it ahead of the Samyang. In my opinion, it's like they gave extra in an affordable package. Here's well, they're all interesting, but check this out. I bought the Viltrox 85, had a long photo shoot with sunset backlit portraits for about an hour. I ended up with a damaged sensor IR glass filter. I was not shooting directly at the sun. Not sure if it was the UV that day or there's something wrong with the engineering of the glass itself. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Viltrox because of AF. I don't mind MF only lenses, especially with Fuji's MF assist. However, for portraiture with this focal length, AF is very important. I haven't heard any other problems regarding this damaged sensor business, and well, hopefully there's nothing else out there, and I'm sure somebody else would have mentioned if there was a quality control problem. But remember what we said before about Samyang's pedigree with lenses. But you know, Viltrox, not a brand new company for other stuff. I feel like it's worth giving them a go. That's slightly distressing, but not conclusive that it was the lenses' fault. The Samyang 85mm is large and heavy, made for full frame cameras originally, as we mentioned, and also has the extension tube attached. The 85mm 1.8, made for mirrorless cameras, only is shorter and lighter. The Viltrox is full frame glass, that's why it's so heavy and large, but offering AF makes it better value. Image quality is excellent on, well, it says all three because somebody wanted to compare with the 85-1.4. Somebody planted the same question. Why will you choose this over Viltrox with AF? One comment said sharper. Another said also lighter and no chromatic aberration. The Viltrox has a lot of purple fringing wide open from what I've seen. Maybe has slightly better IQ on open apertures from the Viltrox, but the Viltrox has AF, which is huge. Viltrox for me. I had the Samyang, sold it and bought the Viltrox. What do you reckon? It's kind of a tough one for me to say conclusively, but for the kind of work that I do, kind of fun that I have with photography, I'm sorry Samyang, I'm going to go with the Viltrox in this instance. I'm going to give Viltrox a chance. I'm going to hope nothing drastic goes wrong. It all seems very solid, very tight. Check out the review on both of them basically. On face value, I'm happy with both of them. Any issues that could arise from the Viltrox, such as purple fringing, for my use, I can correct. So far, so good. I'm able to live with it. I'm happy with this thing. Yes, it's not lightning fast if you've got a kid running around in the shop, but you still get some great shots, especially if the subject is cute. Anyway, the Samyang had a different feel to it, had a different flavour, and that might be something that you prefer. The Samyang has a lot of pros over the Viltrox, frankly. For a lot of people, that AF is trumping, I'm still looking for a better phrase, trumping the Samyang, even though the Samyang, lighter, smaller, closer focusing, pedigree, there's a lot going for the Samyang. It's not an easy choice. So is this really a fair showdown of two lenses? Well, probably not, but it's good to have competition, even though they're not directly competing, because one's AF, one's not. So for me, that's not a direct competition, but it's close enough to consider. And if you're happy shooting manual focus as well as autofocus, it's not as clear cut as, well, the poll suggests. What was it? 72% for the Viltrox. Tough one. Let me know in the comments below what you would choose. If you've had some time with both, especially, let us know how you feel with it down the line. We tend to check out gear. I give it a lot of time, but you could always give it more time to see what the longevity is like, to see what if it all just holds together, frankly, and if we run into any problems, how the respective companies deal with it. I think this is a nice sign of things to come. So hopefully we'll see some more of these Viltrox autofocus lenses for Fuji this year. I think there's 2 coming out in a few months, if I've got it right, if I publish this video on time. Samyang, solid lens. I think I should just switch off and wait for your comments. So subscribe, see you below.